My brother, what do you got?
We got news.
Let's hear it.
That's all we got. News. No news. The news is nobody has broken the code yet.
But some people have gotten awfully, I would
Really
say,
close.
they're on the right path, and I'm surprised that people even this close that fast.
And what I'm surprised is they identified the conversation where we were talking in code.
That's what I'm surprised.
That's
I
because
just can't believe
we
they
did it
that
as
fast.
natural as we could.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it would just fly through, and they identified it.
Who was the
Now they
first one
just
to
need to-
identify it? Do you remember?
Something Q or something like that.
Was it?
Something
Who's it?
Q. I don't remember the name. I don't remember, but it was something Q. He got really close. And then now they just need to figure out what the message is.
Right.
But
They're on.
they identified the conversation,
Right.
which is good. I'm impressed. Very good, guys. You know? So let's go.
The free trip to Colombia is still on the table. You got to put your answers in the comment section of the video. Which video was it? It says,
Al Sharpton.
No. The comments
The one where it says trip to Colombia. That's where
right.
you put
With
the
the thumbnail says trip to Colombia. Your answers got to go on that video, and you can't edit your answers. So if you have one answer and you think, wait a minute, I'm going to change it, you post a new comment. All right. Don't keep changing the same one, because that'll change the order in which they're at.
I see guys, they just go one after another. They change small scenarios. They keep the 100.
Yeah. And then there's other guys that are sitting there going, I'm not putting a damn thing down because I'm getting close here. And they don't want to risk someone else stealing the answer.
Yeah. I mean, they've nailed a couple of guys have nailed the first part.
That's right. And if they stuck with that,
but the second part,
it falls apart.
That's good.
I know, but it's
that's two things. That's two things they identified: the conversation plus the first part.
Right. And if they just stayed with the first part, they get the whole fucking thing.
They get the rest. Let's give them a hint. Okay.
That's a good hint.
It's got to be realistic numbers. Numbers.
That's
because what we're trying to find out, it's realistic numbers that really happen.
Right.
No fantasy numbers, no fantasy, whatever we're trying to get across, the message that we got across. It's got to be realistic numbers.
Right.
Okay. So let's roll. Sammy's sick, man.
I heard Sammy the Bull and his whole crew apparently has COVID. So Sammy the Bull is off limits. We will not be talking any shit about Sammy the Bull, why he's sick, because that's just, we don't do that shit. All right. Sammy's Sammy. And he's going to be off limits as far as bad stuff goes. Good stuff.
We'll actually be praying for him. Not like Francis, but we will be praying.
Yeah, we will definitely. Sammy, you prick, don't you get sick and die on us, motherfucker, because we're going to miss you. So get better quickly, and your whole crew, your son and your camera people. It just goes that you just wonder, man, how? Sammy's usually indoors, right? You'd think.
Right.
Now the people that work with him, they come in and out.
Right.
But it's been couple years now, and Sammy's probably been exposed to this shit already. I mean, we all probably have. And now suddenly, bam, not just him. How the whole crew. Now, I'm a little skeptical here, but not about him, but just about the whole damn thing going around now. I'm just
it's crazy. And that brings into a topic that's really big right now over there in the States, here in Colombia, where they're trying to make it mandatory to get vaccinated, right? And
like
there's certain things that I understand both parts.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I want to know more or less your opinion. What people think also is on this vaccination. I understand it's my body. If I don't want to get vaccinated, I shouldn't get vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? Nobody should make me want to put any type of anything into my body. It's my body.
Right.
I understand that part. I also understand the part where like, for instance, over here now, they're saying, businesses like nightclubs, concerts, they're trying to say, they're trying to obligate the owners of these restaurant clubs, concerts, and all this stuff that they can allow people that have not been vaccinated into their clubs, into their restaurants. It's not their choice. It's his business. If the business owner decides it's my business, and if you want to come into my business, it's my decision to decide whether I let you in or not. It's not the government. Understand that part also. But then there's certain people is, I want to go into your restaurant. Are you vaccinated? It's my restaurant, right? I'm giving an example now. Right. It's my restaurant. Are you vaccinated? No, I'm not vaccinated. Then you can't come in. Why am I going to try and force you to let me into your restaurant? It's your restaurant, and I'm not vaccinated. You're not allowing me in. Respect it. Respect it.
It's like your house. It's like your house. It's your house.
And there's a lot of fighting going on because of this. I seen in Europe, I think, or where's in Australia, no?
Australia's off the chain, man. They don't show that shit. They don't show it like they should show it. But Australia, those motherfuckers are dragging each other on the fucking street over this bullshit.
Wow, that's crazy.
Nuts. Cops fucking just, there's people that don't want to be vaccinated. Now, here's when you look at this now, you got women's rights, right? And they're women's rights, and you got people fighting on both sides. Oh, it's our right. It's our body. We can do whatever we want. We don't have to, we're allowed to have abortions. It's our body. You can't tell us what to do. Well, fucking flip that around. The same government arguing for it's our body. We can do what we want with it. Well, it's our body. We don't want a vaccination.
Right.
We don't want a vaccination because we're afraid we're going to get sick. The other side is it's our body. Let us kill an unborn baby. And they fight for that. Now I'm not against vaccination. I'm vaccinated. I'm not COVID vaccinated, but I'm vaccinated.
Right.
Vaccines work. When you're a kid, you need fucking chicken pox,
exactly.
and all that other bullshit.
All that stuff. Yeah.
But the difference with those and this one is when Trump came up with this idea that he's going to get a vaccine in a year. Now we know that in order to get a vaccine, you have to make it first.
Right.
So you got a bunch of fucking scientists coming up with the vaccine. Let's just say they were super duper lucky, quick fucking ninja guys, and they figured it out in 6 months. Well, now you've got to test it to see what happens to people when you give them this fucking vaccine. Do they grow 3 heads? Does their fucking asshole turn inside out? What happens, right?
You over 3 minutes?
Yeah, well, I'm not worried about this video. It ain't going anywhere with fucking mention COVID. We're done. We're in the fucking gutters. So we can title this whatever we want. It's going in the trash. This is going to Mafia Made followers only. It's all right. So you got 6 months to make it. And then you say, all right, let's test it on people. They stick it in their arm and they wait 3 months, the most, to see what happens.
Yeah.
And then that's 9. Then they approve it. Now, hold on. You got something approved in fucking a total of, it's really a 3-month test phase.
Yeah. Google Express.
You're supposed to have fucking trial, test phase A, B, and C, or 1, 2, and 3, 3 phases of a test, right?
Right.
They said, no, we're going to test it on the population. So the reason I'm not for it or against it, I just don't know. It's the not knowing. I can't say it fucking sucks and it doesn't work. And I'm not going to get over here and go, hey, wait, this thing's the best in town. I don't know it.
Right.
And I don't know. And especially when something's done that fast,
right.
Usually it takes 5 years. I think that's a long time. That's fucking because they're slow fucks.
Right.
But when you go from 4 years and have it done in less than a year. Now, had they come up with the vaccine right about now,
it'd be more.
A couple years into it, people would be, well, okay. It went through studies, it went through the trials, and they fixed this and they fixed that. So then you wonder about what you're told, right? All right. So when it first came out, they were showing people in Spain, right? Fucking putting them on skating rinks. because of the lockers were full. You know, the morgue and shit was full. Okay. Now this just doesn't make sense to me. It just really doesn't. So the first wave comes around and it goes Spain, Italy got clobbered, right?
Death rates, yeah.
They're fucking clobbered. People dying, drop it.
Yeah.
And it goes around and all these people get sick. And you would think, wait a minute, after X amount of time, everyone would have been exposed to it, right? So the only way to keep it really going, that circle to go back around, is to say it changed, because everybody knows that in X amount of time, it's already hit the whole world. It can't linger. It lingered long enough as COVID #1. It lingered for a long time.
Right.
So wait, hold on. The fucking regular flu doesn't take that long to go around the world. And then they lock people up. They lock you down, and then so it lingers even longer because you're locked down. Then the next one comes. Then they say, well, just as things starting to look good, another fucking variant comes, Delta. The Delta variant.
Right.
Oh, darn, it mutated. And you're like, wait a minute, motherfucker, it mutated? Wait a minute. You dropped the fucking first one. Someone dropped the fucking Florence flask on the fucking floor. What happened on this one? Someone hit on a spray bottle. That one goes. And then we hit this one. Now here's where I really get.
Omicron. And there's another one coming already.
Oh yeah, Deltacron, where Delta and Omicron are mixed together.
Dynamic duo.
A dynamic duo. So Delta comes and then Omicron comes around, and after all these, this is where you gotta think like a criminal. You really do, to understand what the fuck is going on. Because after a lot of people have been vaccinated, not just once, twice, fucking 3 times.
Right.
So if you're the boss and you've put out vaccines to, let's say, 70% of the people, and another fucking variant comes out, what would you say? Oh, watch out. This thing's going to clobber you. And everyone's answer would be, oh, well, I'm not worried. I got 3 vaccines.
Right.
And you're not going to go, oh, well, I'm sorry, but they're not working. Because then what would happen? No one else would get vaccinated. And down goes your money supply. What do you say? You're lucky you're vaccinated, because if you do catch it, you're not going to die. But anyone who's not vaccinated, oh, you're going to the hospital and you're going to die. That's, you know, they said 90% of the people, you find that odd that in this country, 95% or 90% of people that are in the hospital are not vaccinated. But in other countries, that's what they say. But when you ask Israel the same fucking question,
they're all vaccinated.
50-50. Half of them are vaccinated, half of them are not. Death rate, same. Death rate, same. Basically,
Really?
the fucking vaccine's not working. It's working for some people, but it's working just as much as it's not.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's working just as much as not. So the people that don't want to get vaccinated, you're like, so to your point, now New York goes, and not now, but they did this. They pushed and squeezed and pushed, and you got to be vaccinated. We're closing everything down. Everything closed down, closed down. People fucking lost their life. And where do they come? Sunny fucking South Florida. Come on, New Yorkers.
Right.
Coming down, right? And they squeezed the shit out of these poor businesses and restaurants, and nothing left.
Wow.
They made them do it. Vaccine mandate. Have to. State can do it. To your point, now this Omicron comes around that's not so bad. Very contagious.
It's higher. Yeah.
Right.
So is
the flu. So what? The flu's fucking contagious, very contagious, but not very deadly. We're going to say that Omicron's not very deadly, but very contagious. But then Colombia turns around and tries to do a fucking mandate. You have to be vaccinated. Why would they do it if it's not that fucking that dangerous?
Right.
Why? Because they're lying their ass off. It is fucking dangerous. This one is bad.
Yeah, I heard that
This
it was
fucking bad, and they're fucking, oh, it's not so bad.
they're just not trying to scare everybody, because the like what happened with COVID at the beginning, the stress was really was killing people
Well,
because people were so stressed out with that, and that stress creates all types of diseases. You know what I mean?
that's true. But when people have 3 vaccines and they're confident in our system and they're dying and they're getting really, really sick, people are going to start wondering.
Right. Well, that's crazy. It's crazy. And that's, I'm really wondering when the hell is all this shit going to end, man? You know what I mean? We need to get back to normal.
I don't think it's, especially, listen, they just announced, like you said, they announced another one, Omicron.
Yeah, the Deltacron, something like that, no?
Deltacron or Omni-Delta, yeah, Deltacron, that's it.
Well, over here, supposedly the death rates, there's a lot of contamination, because of the parties, the end of the year, Christmas parties, everybody was partying, everybody was in the streets and everything. So the contaminations are high, but they're starting to come down already because parties are over and everything. And supposedly the death rates, a lot of contaminations, a lot of people isolating and everything, but hardly no deaths according to the information.
Oh,
you know
shit.
I mean? What happened?
There you go.
Again.
There you go.
Okay. So I don't know. It's a two-way thing. And, I mean, I got vaccinated because I got more, how do you say it? More chances of getting, if I didn't get vaccinated, I'd have a chance of probably, being worse for me than if I did get vaccinated. I got high blood pressure and all that shit. So,
right.
You know what I mean? So I just, let me play it safe. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I don't know with all these vaccines, there's always 2 sides to the thing. And I just don't see in either way, why does it have to be mandatory?
You know what? It boils down to truth. It really boils down to truth, right? And the sad thing is we can't believe what we're told. We should be able to watch the news and our president or whoever the fuck's in charge. And when they say it's this, we have no doubt whatsoever what they're saying is true. Exactly. We should be comfortable. And the sad thing is nobody is.
Exactly.
I don't care what side you're on, left or right. You look and you listen, they say something in the back of you. Some people are just, I don't believe you, period, because it's coming out of your mouth. The other ones are kind of like, let me weigh it. Maybe, and they make their own decisions. And then you get the CDC guy and you get Fauci and you got all these high doctors up there. And then they change their mind every other fucking week. So, if we could just believe what we're told, then we'd all be comfortable. Hey, get vaccinated. Otherwise, but here's where it falls apart. We have something over here we call freedom of speech, right? And at one time, I believed in that. I believed in freedom of speech. I don't believe in freedom of speech when it on certain things. I don't believe that anyone that can control the way people think or control the way a country moves has the freedom to lie. You have the freedom to tell the truth. That's fine with me. Not a straight out lie. I don't care if you're blue, you're red, you're white, what color, Democrat, Republican. But when they get up there and they just flat out lie, and then they say, well, it's freedom of speech. They're allowed to. They're allowed to, and nothing happens to it. So they should come up with some sort of law to where, listen, freedom of speech is okay, unless it's the fucking news. Unless it's the news. You shouldn't be able to slander someone just because you don't like them. And then a week later, send an apology. You just ruined the guy's life.
Yeah.
People going on there saying rape and this and that. It's just lie. If it's true, fine. If it's your opinion, it's your opinion.
Yeah.
You say it's your opinion. Don't say, oh, this happened, and this happened, when you really don't know. You got sources that won't be named. Freedom of speech needs to be checked.
Yeah. Well, speaking of all this government stuff over there. Speaking of government stuff and over there, what's going on over there with Russia? I saw in the news today that there's tension.
Well, there's been tension. They're trying to fucking invade Ukraine.
But today it was high. That the tension is really high in with relationships with Russia. That even Russia's talking about military action.
Okay, well, here's my take on this one. I saw this one when it first happened. I called this months ago when when Biden pulled out of Iraq, all right, pulled out of Iraq, and supposed to do it a certain way, and Taliban just walked over there and do whatever the fuck they want. They're looking at this president. Don't forget, Russia and China, they're in bed together, right?
Right.
So now, if you're China and you want to test our president, you don't test him yourself. You let your buddy test him and see what his move is. See what his move is. So what does Russia do? Russia goes in and they go into Ukraine and they start fucking around over there, right? Fucking around.
Right.
And then China's watching to see what our response is. Because if our response is fucking flim flam or not up to par, China's going to invade Taiwan. And that is the big fucking, that's the problem. If China goes and takes Taiwan, the US has something. We're supposed to help. We said we always would.
Right.
But now, you know, Taiwan's got all these weapons from us. And when push comes to shove, and I hope it doesn't happen, when China wants Taiwan, the US is going to fold. The US is not going to war against fucking China for little old Taiwan. And we're going to look like, and then when that happens, the US just lost all their power. Because if we can't defend the people we say we're going to defend, like Iraq, we already proved it to them. We walked out, left those people high and dry.
Right.
Left them high and dry. They were helping us for 20 years.
Yeah, I saw that. That was too quick. That was
20 years. We promised those people, you help us, we'll get you out. Because once we leave, Taliban's going to kill them all. Anyone that had any help to US in any way, shape, or form, you're done.
Wow.
Right? And what do? We pack up and leave. Thanks. Fuck you. Bye.
I was speaking with someone today that's into all this Illuminati thing, and you know, they see the light and all this kind of stuff and all that. And they were telling me today, Biden won't finish. He's not going to finish his term because of all this stuff that's going on.
That's a possibility. It almost looks like he just doesn't look healthy.
Office.
He doesn't look healthy. Now, let me ask you, here's another one. You got to think like a criminal on this one. When it comes time, when the presidency was up for grabs, right? You got Trump against someone on the Democratic side.
Right.
Well, we look at the Democrats as one entity, not just Biden. It's like whoever the fuck they are. 10 guys in a room, a group, powerful group. We don't know who, but they're somebody. Why in the world would you put someone like fucking Joe Biden? I don't care if you're a Democrat or Republican. Why would you put him? A fumbling, blah, 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 blah. This guy's got a horrible record. He can't talk. He's old. Why would you put him against Trump? There's no match. Why would you use a guy that's that bad is my question. Would that be your pick?
Of course not.
Anyone else would have been my pick, but him. He's the last one I would have picked to run for president of the United States on the Democrat side. He's the last one. He's got his history is shit. So my question is, why would you use him? What's the answer? I know the fucking answer. Because he's the fall guy. They put the worst guy up there. Why? Because they're going to do whatever they can in those 4 years, and he's going to take the fucking rap for it. He's got one term only, and they're going to destroy this fucking joint. And guess what? He doesn't even give a fuck. He don't care. Why? Because they got him by the balls. Why they got Biden by the balls? You see all that shit that he did last time with fucking Ukraine, the same people with the money, and then his son and all the shit. The same people that put him in power are the same ones that can say, hey, your son's going to jail. They can ruin him or be our puppet for 4 years, get up there and do the dance. We'll do whatever the fuck we want over here. We'll do everything we can to bring 2 million people from Mexico. Right? Do all this shit that destroys the US. Nothing they do makes any sense. I don't care what side you're on, blue, red, it doesn't make any sense. Why would you bring all these people from Mexico that aren't vaccinated? That right there doesn't make any sense.
It's just like that, you know, there's a lot of wild stuff happening.
If they're pushing vaccine, you need to be vaccinated. Why wouldn't you vaccinate them? If that's what you believe. Right? And then our country's folding as it is. We got all these problems. Let's bring in some more people. Bring in some more. And then what? Give them some money, give them some houses. It just doesn't make sense. Nothing they're doing makes any sense to me.
And nobody wants to work over there or anything now.
Nobody wants to work. Everybody. The only good thing that I saw was that they're letting out a bunch of prisoners. And maybe the prisoners, well, we know they will.
Signed that.
Trump signed that, right? Yeah. Biden will take credit. Trump signed it. So now you got all these people getting out of prison. They're going to want jobs. You better let some more motherfuckers out because nobody's working.
Right. Wow. Well, it's haywire over there now, man. I'm worried about my kids and stuff. You know what I mean? Shit, Colombia's starting to look good.
It is starting to look good. It is starting to look good. And when you think about it,
happen over there? Huh.
When you think about it, why? It makes sense. Why? When you get a certain amount of rich people, when you got that much money, they don't care about what happens to everybody else. They just don't give a fuck. So if they destroy this and they destroy that and they flood people, and these people are always going to be rich and have money.
Right.
They'll always have servants. They'll always have they'll always have. And then you fill it in with all these other people, and there's the gap. The rich and the rest. That's why you flood them in. Bring them on, guys.
It's crazy, man. I feel bad, man, but something's got to be done over there. Also, I mean, they need to get that shit back in order. You know what I mean? And plus, with all these vaccines, these diseases, all this stuff that's going on, I don't know, man. I don't know what the hell's happening on this world. It's all over. I mean, not the U.S. probably, but everything seems to be upside down.
Well, when the U.S. goes one way, everyone follows.
Everybody follows.
U.S. is the head. Just look at Colombia. Why is, Colombia just recently started the vaccine bullshit getting into the country. They didn't have that before.
No.
And COVID's supposed to be going down, right? Omicron comes in not so bad. And now suddenly, you need to be vaccinated to come in. Wait a minute. Why didn't you do that a year ago? Exactly. Right? When the US said they wanted to do it. Can't come into Australia did it first. You can't come into Australia unless you're vaccinated. Then the US, and not Colombia. All right? I know why. Oh, I don't want to say why. It won't be asked in Colombia. Fuck that.
Oh man,
great. I want to move there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know your ass wants to move over here.
Oh shit, you never know.
I know that for sure.
You never know. You never know. Second home.
I'm missing the Australia itineraries.
Oh, one guy said something with his passport. He's got to renew his passport.
How long does it take?
Like this week. He's doing it this week. I got a message.
Well, he can get his ticket already, though.
Not without a passport. You need a passport number and a ticket. Yeah, really? International shit. Yeah, you got to put your passport number when you buy a ticket.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't think so.
Yep.
But well, yeah, but those are the only two that I need. I need the itinerary so I can set up the transportation stuff. You know what I mean? I got the cars and everything already ready, but I'm missing those two so I can finish that up.
All right. Okay. Well, the other Australian, send me an email with your flight information.
Exactly. And all right, so let's keep pushing the code, guys. Let's see what that was a good one, man.
Oh yeah, that was a tough code.
That's Still is. One. Yeah, but they're impressing me. How long are we gonna keep it up? If they don't get it, by what?
If they're close, we'll have to give them a clue somehow.
But we're gonna give them how many more days?
I'll leave that up to you. You're over there having fun with this fucking thing, huh? You're reading all those comments.
Give me something to do.
I know.
What was that? Yeah, someone at the office today was they got COVID, so I was here all day.
They got COVID? Are they vaccinated?
Yeah.
Go vaccinated.
Go figure. But so everybody was out of the office today, so I was working for me. I was mostly on checking the comments.
Uh-huh.
more than anything. And I think I don't know. What's today? Today's Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. We'll give them a clue. If somebody doesn't break it from here to Tuesday, I guess Monday, Tuesday, then we'll give them a hint.
Well, I think what we do is we'll watch the comments and see if they're, if they're progressing or they're going the wrong direction, or
Right.
they're starting to give up. If we see a slowdown and
We'll
shit
start
like that,
guiding them
Yeah.
towards the right way. Okay, we'll figure it out. Okay.
So what else
anything
you
else,
got?
kid?
No, you tell me.
It's been
I was
slow day, man. I'm just today. I've been kind of been drowsy, slow. You know what I mean? So
You're in
really,
Colombia. You
really
should never be drowsy over there. Not you, huh?
I know your ass. The trip, Sammy's sick. The vaccine, death rates. Russia. I wanted to, that worried me when I saw that today. The U.S. And Russia tension. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, the eyeballs are going to be on this guy to see what they do, and more than likely, he'll do a behind the scenes deal and give him a shitload of money and say, and that's you don't want to listen. We all got fucking weapons. We all got nuclear weapons. Nobody wins. It's just who's willing to kill more people without the nuclear weapons. We'll go to war, but I mean, there's a time when you're fighting, and then who pushes that button? And that's the button of no return, right?
Yeah, everything.
But keep your eye on. Listen, keep your eye on China. Fuck Russia. Keep your eye on China and Taiwan. Poor little old Taiwan's been with us. We've been protecting their ass forever, right? They're, when they separated from China, fucking way back when.
Yeah.
China's always had their eye on them. Always. Trump even called the Chinese president when she became president and congratulated her. Oh, they had a fucking shitstorm over there. Oh my God, you shouldn't have done that. How dare you? China was pissed off. They don't recognize Taiwan as a country, as independent. No, that's ours, motherfucker. Just we don't got it yet, but they still think of it as part of China. And then what? If China gets it, what's going to stop them from getting everywhere else?
Yeah, exactly.
They got Hong Kong. Hong Kong got returned back to them after a 99-year deal with the English. And they were supposed to, when China came back to Hong Kong, now those people were there for 100 years. Everyone born in Hong Kong got a British passport. Right. They're English.
Right.
They don't speak no fucking English, but they're English, right? So you got all these Chinese people, and they're like, wait a minute, China's coming over? They got their passports real quick, took their ass over to fucking England. And China was like, don't worry, we're not gonna implement Chinese law right away, because you got 100 years of English law. When I was over there walking down the street are white guys, cops, white, English with their fucking sticks in their hands. 2 white cops and the Chinese, Hong Kong. So now, just a few years passed and the Chinese are starting their shit.
Right.
Like they're communist shit and they weren't supposed to do that. So listen, if they get Taiwan, bye-bye Vietnam, bye-bye all those other motherfucking places.
Other stuff, exactly.
Because those places, they can't protect themselves. Taiwan, the only reason Taiwan can protect themselves is because of us.
That's some shit, kid. That's some shit.
That'll be scary if that ever happens.
Totally. We'll see, my friend. All right, kid. We'll call it a wrap.
What do you want to do on this Sunday show? You want to do what I was talking about the other day?
Yeah, definitely. I'll do some homework. I'll do some homework, and I'll do some homework, and we'll do it on Sunday.
All right. No, we'll do it Saturday for Sunday for the Sunday show.
For Sunday, exactly.
All right. So our Sunday show is going to be long. We're going to try to do a longer one, right?
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
It'll be long. It'll be at least over an hour, at least, with all that shit.
All right, cool.
And then we're gonna take it off the mafia stuff for that. This one wasn't no mafia. This was about fucking COVID in China.
Yeah. Well, Sammy's sick. Well, we got into COVID because of Sammy. See, it was kind of Sammy.
That's true.
Sammy-ish.
And for the Sunday show, we're gonna hit a lot of topics that are all over the place, and we'll just what we look, how we see things, how we think.
Yeah, our point of view.
Huh?
point of views.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And Sammy, motherfucker, you better get better. We'll pray for him, make sure he's okay. And
Exactly.
his family and his crew and cast and all those people over there. We
Totally.
definitely don't want anything to happen
Get
to you.
better
So,
soon.
Sammy,
right.
when you're feeling better, give me a call, buddy.
All right. All right, buddy. I'll talk to you in a little bit. All
All
right.
right, you got it.
Bye.
Bye.